is Itamar. I serve the Bellingham community as a business banker with Rocknet Trust, and I also am a member of the Bellingham Business Association. And today I have the pleasure of hosting Strictly Business, sponsored by the BBA. The BBA is an organization of the local businesses helping small businesses in the area and the community in which we serve. And today I have two great guests here today. I got Richard Goldberg, the owner of Marshall Jewelers, and Andrew Smith, the owner of Commonwealth Irrigation. And guess what Andrew does? They do irrigation.
Lawn sprinklers, too.
Before we get to meet our guests, I just want to talk a minute about the meeting that we had on February 15th. We had a full house at Agilia Ristorante. And Ernie Pelletier, the owner of Friendly Neighborhood Comics, gave us a great introduction to social media, the importance of social media in running a business, and some ins and outs on how to use it. And Ernie, thank you very much. It was a great experience. So Andrew, Richard, thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. And let's just jump right in it so our guests will know who you are. How about if you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into your business and what you love about it. Richard, I'll go first.
Okay, great.
My name is Richard Goldberg. My family started Marshall's Jewelers in downtown Milford in 1954. It was actually a clothing store before that, owned by my great-grandparents, but my grandmother started Marshall's in 1954. And through the 60s, my folks, Ron and Rita, built up the jewelry store, and I joined the company in the early 80s and took it over about 6 years ago and opened a store in Bellingham in November of 2010. And actually, 2 weeks from today, on the 12th of March, I'm going to open a new Marshall's in Milford up by Shaw's and the courthouse and that kind of area up on Route 140 and West Street.
Excellent. Is it going to be as pretty as the one in Bellingham?
It's actually modeled after the one in Bellingham with the wood floor and the yellow and the blacks and all that sort of colors.
It's a beautiful store.
Thank you.
Andrew?
I own Commonwealth Irrigation. We service and install irrigation systems all over basically eastern Massachusetts. We emphasize service. We do a lot of service, commercial and also residential.
Can you be a little bit more specific about the type of services that you offer?
We offer spring startups and winterizations, shutdowns of the systems in the fall and October. And we also just general maintenance and service. If you have a problem, give us a call and we come out and we take care of it for you.
Excellent. Richard?
Marshall's is a full-service jewelry store. I have watches, gemstones, diamonds. We're your local downtown, been there forever jeweler. We run our own repair shop, so we do almost all our own repairs, so things don't have to leave the store. And my personal favorite is I design jewelry.
I wasn't aware of that.
I do. You were asking me before about what kind of things get me excited about my business.
Yes.
And what it gets me excited is when someone will bring in, not only do I design jewelry, but my specialty really is taking something old that you don't like, that maybe you inherited, and taking it all apart and reutilizing the pieces a different way to make it into something that is your taste. So it's more remodeling.
Excellent. Andrew, tell us a little bit about your perfect customer. Who is the perfect customer that you serve?
Perfect customer is somebody that wants to maintain their irrigation system, wants a beautiful lawn, because they do need to be maintained. You can't just turn them on and shut them off every year. General maintenance is the person that wants, it's friendly, wants the job done right. Give us a call and we can take care of it for them.
How about yourself? What is the customer you're looking for?
Someone who really has a little passion for design, someone who is excited about jewelry, excited about maybe has a special piece. My perfect customer is maybe someone who's inherited something or something that's been in the family for 2 or 3 generations and needs it repaired and wants to feel comfortable that it's going to be taken care of correctly. Mm-hmm. That's my perfect customer.
Excellent. What type of opportunities do you see in the marketplace in your particular industry today?
Me, I see people in the last couple of years, money's been tight with people, and instead of people taking the vacation and whatnot, they're spending it at home. So they want their yard and their property to look nice. So they're putting a little bit more. It's not as much as going on a trip to Florida or whatnot. So they're putting that money into their home, into their irrigation system, their lawn, their maintenance of their landscaping and whatnot. So we're there to help out.
So where did you go on vacation, Mrs. Smith? In the backyard type of thing, huh?
Well, a lot of people have been doing that the last couple of years, and that's the truth. And fortunately, I do a lot of work where people don't put the irrigation system in correct at the beginning. You get these fly-by-night guys that come in and do it and get the check, and they're gone. And there's a lot more to an irrigation system without getting into it too technically. Then we just correct that, and we can make that system more. I don't know how to put it, correct. We can make it more efficient. That's a good word for it.
Excellent.
So that's what I see.
Richard, what opportunities do you see in your industry?
Well, with the rising price of gold, people are taking old gold jewelry and using it as a form of payment for either taking things that are sitting in the box that they don't wear anymore and cashing it in. And I offer a premium against what I would buy it as credit in the store, and buying it or making something new that they would like. So that's been a big opportunity in the last few years as gold has risen in price.
Is that industry-wide?
That's industry-wide. A lot of jewelry stores really, between buying gold and also taking it, and there's been a shift in fashion, because jewelry really is an adjunct of fashion, from yellow metals into white metals, white gold. So people may have gotten married 20 years ago and have a ring that's made of yellow gold. Now they want one that's white gold because that's what the fashion magazines are showing. Some of their friends have updated and they have one. So we take that, we trade it in, we give them a premium towards it, and take that money off the cost of a new ring.
I remember at some point you told me that you have a way to really give a greater value for this gold than the other of your competitors.
Well, what I found is a family business that does their own refining. That's the melting down and making it into bricks. So there are less people between when you sell me the gold and where it gets back to a brick than a gold party in someone's house or other people who do this. I've gone from me to the final processor. And I've learned along the way how to clean things up and get the highest yield back from gold, so they pay me a high rate, so I'm able to pass that rate along to my customers.
Great value, great value. Can you tell us something about your industry that our audience should know? Something that is not obvious to people that are not in your industry, and kind of a real good advice from somebody in the trenches. I know that you're in the trenches every day, but just to sort of speak type of a thing.
Basically, irrigation systems actually save water. They're not like where you see, say you go out to the post office and they don't allow automatic sprinkler systems. You walk by and you see a guy with a whirlybird sprinkler going. You come back an hour, that thing's still going in the same spot. It's a waste of water. With that hour, you could take. With an automated system, you could take that water and water your whole lawn evenly and more efficiently than just having like water by hand or with like a whirlybird. So they actually, an irrigation system will actually save water by watering it efficiently, and it also adds value to your home, because it's going to make your home look much better, much more appetizing, especially if you're going to sell it someday. It's going to be, your yard's going to look great. So.
How about in your industry?
Itamar, the one thing I always suggest to people is to find someone you feel comfortable with and become a regular customer, because people who are regular customers, first of all, you get to know what they have in terms of items. If they come in for the husband runs in and needs a gift for his wife, we know what the wife's taste is. But also just for the little things in life, such as you need a broken pin on your watch or a little repair. When you're someone who's been a regular, and you don't have to be a big spender, just I see you once or twice a year, maybe once a year, then I'll take care of it at no charge. If the pen's 25 cents, please take it. Remember me when you need me. Whereas if you just don't have any allegiance or are a transient customer, okay, well, we have less of a bond. So find someone you feel comfortable with and kind of nest and go to them regularly when you need the little stuff too.
Interesting. Is there anything that any kind of a message that you would like to let our audience know, something that I haven't asked about, that you would like people to know either about you, your business, your industry?
I've been a lifelong, I've actually moved here when I was 2.5, 3 years old. I've lived in town my whole life. I've been doing irrigation now for well over 20 years. Started off when I was a kid in high school, and through the years, got away from it a little bit, but I fell back on it. I've been my company now going into my 10th year on my own. So we sucked it up. We've got through the tough times, and finally see some, I have a very good customer list built, and I'm starting to grow, and I'm actually starting to hire more people, which means I need more customers. So if anyone wants, feel free to give me a buzz. I'd love to help them out, and I do a quality job for a fair price, basically. I don't stab people, and I don't lowball anybody. I give everybody a fair shake. So just like I would want to be treated if someone was coming to my house. So I don't know if there's anything you'd like to add.
Well, what's special about my store, what's different, is that less than 5% of all jewelers in the United States do their own work. Usually they send it out. I'm not like that. When you bring your ring in, if it's your wife's engagement ring or a family piece, it actually moves about 30 feet from the front door to the back area and sits in a 9,000-pound safe when I'm not working on it. So it's secure, it's safe, it's not out somewhere else. And that's a little bit of actually it's a very unusual thing for most jewelers in our area.
Excellent. In closing, would you just tell our customers, our viewers, how can they find you should they want to reach you?
I'm in the local phone book that they produced last year. The BBA, I think, was involved with that. Also can be reached locally at 508-966-9800. Very simple number to remember. And that's basically the best way to get a hold of me, through the phone.
Excellent.
For me, we have a website, marshallsjewelers.com, or 966-4477.
Excellent. And in closing, I just want to bring out our March 8th event. Phil Ciccio, which a coach, will show us a presentation at Steps of Broadway. If you haven't seen Phil, he is wealth of information, a great person to know, and really a great presentation, a good investment of your time. And in closing, I'd like to thank our guests, Richard, Andrew. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.